We've tested the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid versions of Hyundai's compact crossover, the Tucson, but this is the least efficient model according to the EPA, the all-wheel drive, naturally aspirated, base, non-hybrid powertrain. So let's head out on the highway and see what sort of fuel economy we get here in the real world. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Tonight we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2024 Hyundai Tucson all-wheel drive. In this test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic fuel economy number for this compact crossover. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Kind of a cool dark blue color. I'm not sure if it'll really show here in the nighttime, but the car that's been out for a few model years now, the updated Tucson. And it's nice getting this car back because I'm reminded about a lot of the attributes it's got, and this one coming in at about $39,000, fully tilted up, still so much cheaper than that Ford Escape we had a few months ago. So if you do want to see more on the Tucson, check the link below. Like I said, we've covered the hybrid, we've covered the plug-in hybrid, and now we've got the good old basic non-hybrid version here. All that'll be linked below. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this Tucson 29 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who go out on the highway, do a lot of highway driving, would like to know what sort of numbers they can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, we're going to get over to the gas station here, we're going to fill up, go out and do those 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Now, a few things to note for today. Outside temperature is currently 57 degrees Fahrenheit. I predict that'll drop a few as we continue on with the test. Our tire pressures have been set to their door placard, 35 psi cold. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. All right, I don't think I've ever used pump 7 before, but since there's a pilot that's just chilling right in the middle there, I think we'll be making use of pump 7 tonight. So let's hop out and fill it up. 5.884 gallons going in for our first fill. And before we start the engine, we're going to turn the car on and reset our trip computer and GPS, and we're ready to begin. We do have a few different drive modes here. We got normal, sport, smart, and snow. I guess we'll just do normal since there's no sort of eco mode or anything. We're going to take it nice and easy over the highway. It's about 0.2 miles away and pick up the test from there. Now, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy for this car, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, we're going to get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 71 miles per hour. That should allow us to average about 70 over the test. Traffic clicking along here. I did check the map beforehand and saw that there was an accident on our way back. It's about just past the 3/4 mark, so I'm hoping it's all cleared up by then. We can have a nice smooth run. Let's get this sunroof cover closed. Looks like the car's speedometer is about 1 mile per hour high, so we're going to settle in at 72 on the dash. Initial highway impressions. Noise is pretty in between for the class. Not exactly quiet, but it's not jarringly loud in here either. I'd say the same thing for ride quality. Pretty average. Fortunately, we do have a decent bit of sidewall on there, so we're absorbing those big bumps pretty well in this concrete highway. I am going to change my gauge cluster over to cubes because these bright circles are too bright on my eyes at night. I'm going to go here. There we are. Nice, dim, calm look there. All right, we're going to continue on with the test out this Bose sound system for the members only test, and we'll catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Tucson. I gotta say, Hyundai is just, they're really doing a good job these days at building cars that are nice to be in. I think of the Santa Fe and how I'm always happy anytime I'm in a Santa Fe. And this Tucson's the same thing. The screen, nice distance away from me here, it works well. Yeah, I'd like to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but I'm sure that's something that they're working on. The buttons on the steering wheel and the cruise control all work really well. It's easy to stop the cruise control and resume it. I can't remember what I was in. I think it was the Volkswagen GTI, where it's like every adjustment to the cruise control was just annoying, and you end up getting sick and tired of it after you're behind the wheel for a few hours. But this is the opposite. It works really, really well, and it's a very positive feedback loop using the controls. And I'm impressed by the fuel economy. According to the dash readout, we're getting 31 miles per gallon, so that's 2 better than the EPA estimate. And the fact that this Tucson's a little bit bigger than the outgoing model, this one we're driving's got all-wheel drive. I mean, yeah, certainly not amazing, fantastic numbers, but I'm glad that we're at least doing into the 30s as opposed to down into the 20s, like, you know, if we were 2 below EPA. Seat comfort's holding up. The Bose sound system is passable. Yeah, I mean, this is turning into a decent test. So we're going to get back to the pump and see if we can maintain this 31 after filling it up. We'll see what that final number is. We ended up putting in 3.153 gallons, so 100 miles flat travel divided by 3.153. It's given us 31.7 MPG, so just a little bit better than the 31.2 that we saw by the time we got here at the pump. So, hey, I think that's going to get the bump right up to 32 MPG. Pretty good figure here for this compact crossover. A little on the larger side of compact crossovers. We got a 14.3 gallon fuel tank in here, so 14.3 gallons times that 32 MPG figure. It's giving you an effective highway cruising range of 450 miles here in the Tucson. And just for curiosity's sake, I'm going to go back and check the hybrid Tucson that we've tested and see what that one got. All right, so the hybrid got 35 MPG, so a few miles per gallon better in there. So because the hybrid car drives better in day-to-day driving, I'd still recommend paying extra and getting the hybrid powertrain, but it's only a few mile per gallon penalty here, even on the highway, getting just the gasser. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Tucson here, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.